In a village nestled between rolling hills lived a boy named Leo. He had very little, but his heart was full of dreams, and his hands were skilled with a charcoal stick. One sunny afternoon, while exploring a part of the forest he'd never seen before, he stumbled upon a hidden clearing. And there, lying on a bed of moss, was a pencil. It wasn't just any pencil. It pulsed with a soft, golden light. Curious, Leo picked it up. It felt warm and strangely alive in his hand. His stomach rumbled with hunger, so he found a flat rock and, with the glowing pencil, drew the first thing that came to his mind, a simple loaf of bread. The moment he finished the drawing, a gasp escaped his lips. The lines on the rock shimmered, and right before his eyes, a real steaming loaf of bread appeared. He couldn't believe it. He broke off a piece, and it was the most delicious bread he had ever tasted. Leo knew this was no ordinary pencil. This was magic. He ran back towards the village, his mind racing with possibilities. On his way, he saw Granny Rose sitting outside her small cottage, shivering in the cool evening air. Her shawl was thin and full of holes. Without a second thought, Leo took out the magical pencil and drew a thick woolly shawl wrapped around her shoulders. In an instant, a beautiful, warm shawl materialized, draping her in comfort. Granny Rose's eyes widened in disbelief. But Leo didn't stop there. He drew a neat pile of firewood and a crackling fire in her hearth, and soon her tiny home was filled with warmth and light. Her grateful smile was brighter than any fire. The next day, he saw Farmer John staring hopelessly at his broken plough, his field unplanted. Leo quietly sketched a strong new plough next to the old one. When Farmer John turned around, he shouted with joy, believing it was a miracle. News of these small miracles spread like wildfire. Leo found his greatest joy in helping others. He drew a sturdy new bridge over the creek that always flooded, a basket of colorful toys for the children who had none, and even a set of new books for the tiny village school. Laughter and hope began to fill the streets. The village, once quiet and weary, was now buzzing with life and happiness. But not everyone was happy. The greedy landlord, Silas, heard about the magical pencil. He stomped up to Leo, his face red with envy. "Boy," he boomed, "I demand you draw me a mountain of gold, a mountain so high it touches the clouds." Leo looked at Silas's greedy eyes and knew that gold would only bring more misery. He thought for a moment, then began to draw. But he didn't draw gold. He drew a single buzzing bee, and then another and another, until a huge swarm of angry bees filled the air. They weren't real bees that could sting, but they buzzed so loudly around Silas that he shrieked in terror and ran away, never to bother the village again. With Silas gone, a true celebration began. The villagers gathered not to marvel at the magic, but to share in the community and friendship that had blossomed. They danced and sang, sharing the food, warmth, and joy that had been created. As Leo looked around at the smiling faces, he held the glowing pencil tightly. He realized its true magic wasn't in creating things out of thin air. The real power was in the kindness it could spread, the hope it could inspire, and the smiles it brought to the faces of his friends and neighbors. That, he knew, was the greatest treasure of all. Thanks for watching, and remember, a little kindness can be the most powerful magic. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories.